Top Billin.
Yo, Chop Billin to ya. What's going on, No Nation? Your boy Murf, super excited to be back up in here. The Underground King, your boy from Chop Billin right here, doing it big for Seminole Nation. Man, like I said before, I'm always excited whenever I can do some Seminole content. It's been my squad ever since I was a little bitty kid right here up in Atlanta, Georgia. And man, I'm seeing there's a whole bunch of other cats that grew up just like me right here in Georgia, in the state of Georgia as a whole. You know, Georgia has a lock. The University of Georgia has a lock on the state. But man, the Seminoles are very prevalent in this state, and I've known that forever, 30-something years, right? So, man, if you're in Atlanta Nole, though, man, make sure you holler at your boy, man. I got it on deck. Post it up right there in the comment section. Tell them you're an Atlanta Nole or a Georgia Nole or whatever you can say like that, man, and represent. And everybody else from around the nation, show them in this particular content or this channel, man. Anytime I'm doing something, man, post up where you're from all around the nation. You'll see the Seminoles everywhere, right? Because it is a national brand. And it's a national brand because it was once the Mecca. And it was once the Mecca, and it can get back to being the Mecca. And it's going to happen. You just got to believe for one. But, man, everything is seeming to be coming into place. I talked about the Browse Clements connection there. We finally got that video out right there. Been sitting in the queue for a couple of weeks. But I got a chance to release that. So I'll be going more in depth on that, obviously. Talking about the running game, some of the blocking schemes and everything like that, man. It's going to be great for continuity to have somebody that Coach Willie Taggart studied under. And went to go pick his brain and kind of adopted a lot of the same principles. So a lot of that stuff will align, but it will be some different things that they'll add, and I think it'll be for the better. But I wanted to talk about your man, James Blackman. Before I do that, though, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and share. Take it to every message board you can possibly think of. Tell them that Chop Billin Sports is where it's at when it comes to the Seminole coverage, and I'll be doing so much Nole content that it'll make your head spin, right? So when I did the Nick Starkel piece, if you guys didn't see that, make sure you check that out. The Nick Starkel, talked about him. Reports are that I believe that he's visiting sometime soon. I don't know if I can talk about that, but I have a good friend, a football player friend who is best friends with Nick Starkel, and they're almost kind of like a package deal. So I knew about Nick Starkel transferring way before anything there, and I knew that Florida State could be a spot for him. It may not be the spot, but it could be a spot, and you want somebody like that because you just want to add quality competition. For Florida State to get back to being the Mecca, which Alabama currently holds right now, it's holding Florida State's spot, kind of stole his colors a little bit and everything, just pretty much riding what FSU used to do. But FSU is going to take that spot back pretty soon. We'll see about that, but man, it's going to start with quality competition. So somebody like Nick Starkel can definitely push as James Blackman, but James Blackman is all you need, I believe, if your coaching acumen is up to snuff, because he has all the tools. He can make all the throws. I know that's cliche, but in this particular offense, working from deep to short, a lot of quick game stuff, I think he's accurate enough, can throw off the run. The thing about him is, though, he definitely has to have quality line play, offensive line play. So that's hopefully something they'll get together there. Got some transfers, some new blood coming in there. Competition breeds excellence, and we will see about that. But I wanted to get into a James Blackman breakdown right about now so we can see, you know what I'm saying, pretty much what we're working with. All right, just going to have a sprint out right here. You're going to have your inside receiver, DJ Matthews, running past the sticks on an out. Going to have a clear out route by the outside receiver with the number split. Tamorian Terry on a crosser right here. What makes this pretty good is you're going to have the approaching defender right here. He's going to get walled off by Trey McKitty, and this allows just a little bit of time for my man to sprint out and then deliver a strike right here. I like to see how these pro-style quarterback Blackmen operate outside of the pocket and on the move, and he does a pretty good job. All right, receives the snap. See him right there, kind of bluff as if he's going to the right. So he takes a great angle right here for the sprint out to be able to square his shoulders up. But man, he has a screeching defender coming right here, and he's obviously staring us down. It's pretty much a one man route. It's not even really a read. It's predetermined right here. And he barely gets that bad boy off, but you can see right here, nice, squares himself up. I like the ball placement right here as far as before the handbrake. So we can see the handbrake right here. So he kind of shrinks on the throw. He knows he's about to get hit though. But man, he has a very lively arm. We'll check that out on another throw here as far as the mechanics goes. But perfect. Nothing you can say bad about that. Let him right to that field a little bit, move the chains. Excellent pre-snap recognition by James Blackman right here. He probably considering Florida State is a quarters coverage based team, and NC State is operating out of that right now. So he knows that he's going to have to push these vertical routes, and he will get man-on-man coverage. So you're going to have verts on the outside, just nines. Then you're going to have what pretty much amounts to double ends by the inside receivers here. So it's going to be man coverage because they're running the 4 vertical routes here against this quarters-based coverage. So it's up to his man to win, and there's not a man alive that can stop this guy right here, Tamorrion Terry, from getting downfield. The kid is just an absolute freak. So him with James Blackman arm and pushing the ball down the field, it's not a problem. All he needs is time. All right, receive the snap. Let's look at some of the mechanics on this one right here. So I notice he doesn't necessarily get into a crossover phase with his feet. It's more of a shuffle, kind of a shuffle hitch coming out of the gun. Shuffle, plant. So we see the plant right here. See the point and shoot foot. This is going to pretty much be kind of a rhythm throw right here. He can see that the cornerback right now is kind of squatting right here, and he knows that his guy's going deep. So it will be hard for the cornerback to turn around and run with a guy like Tamorrion Terry. So you just got to push the ball downfield. So hitch, 1, 2 hitches, and then you can see the wide stance to really get the ball down the field and the wide base to get that power into it. So still has somebody bearing down on him, but man, kid is tough as nails, tough as truck tires, and he has a strong arm, as we can see right here. Boom, nice separation. Absolutely perfect. All right, here's some bad from Blackman. Predetermining his throws and staring everything down. So that is something you do get from Blackman. I have not noticed him really going through full screen progressions, even though most of the reads are either half field reads or pretty much cut and go reads, right? Really dry, just one read kind of thing. So you're gonna have a slant by the inside receiver here, which would be Trey McKitty. You got DJ Matthews coming on a delay, and he's gonna slant behind that. This looks good initially if all things are as planned, but what you get right here is a fire zone with a defensive tackle dropping kind of in the hook curl range. So he pretty much just throws it right to him. See right there, immediately he's staring this down. So if you're the defensive tackle right here, you know exactly where to do your drop at, even if it is supposed to go somewhere else. So, but he's throwing it right to where he's dropping anyway. So you see the slant come right there by McKitty, and then on the lay behind that, right there. This was going to be the void in the zone, so this would have been a great read without a fire zone. But there is a zone blitz right there. Throws it right to him. I got to point out that NC State defensively is not somebody you want to judge somebody completely on. James Blackman started both games against NC State in his 2-year career, but he showed some really good things that I think will translate against better defenses as well. In the 2-minute drill in this game leading into the half, man, he had it working and he could just think. You know, he was throwing to the voids of the zone, just like this one right here. I think you'll see a post coming by Trey McKitty. He's got a 2-deep shell, so you want to be able to find that void and be able to launch like that. But you can even look at the mechanics of it. We like to break down the bare bones of stuff, and we can check that out. All right, solid pocket is going to form. I like it right here. You see the half moon. Just It's like dancing, baby. You know what I'm saying? If you've been in a dancing group, you gotta be in a half moon. So you always want that half moon there. So he gets a chance to stare this down right here. He's not gonna come off of his primary reads, but that's just it. So, all right, so let's check out the footwork here. All right. I like the spacing of the steps. Not necessarily a crossover step. Feet never actually cross. Just kind of a shuffle, plant. Then he usually hitches off of that. So we see a hitch right there. And then your drive leg right here, and then your point and shoot. So he's able to get a lot of torque into his throws there. He's a tall kid. He's got a pretty decent over-the-top delivery. He can definitely get stronger, and I think if he gets stronger in his lower body, his passes, the velocity on him will be even better, but he's got pretty good velocity in a way. So you see him, another hitch, and then drive off that. So kind of a slight hitch, not really getting in everything to it. He kind of wants to finesse this throw. Let's look at the hand placement right here. Kind of brings it back some, so that can give people the ability to drive on a pass, but he has good velocity, over the top delivery. Yeah, he finesses this bad boy over the top of the defense. Nice throw. All right, hashtag real football heads. Hopefully you guys have stuck around and watched the entire video. We're gonna have to get that popping here for Chop Billin as well, because I only really want to talk and promote my stuff to real football heads. If you're some type of cheerleader or something like that, don't bother to visit the channel. I don't need the attention. I need real football heads. So we have a stack formation into the boundary right here. Pretty much formation into the boundary. You got Matthews, I believe, is going to be running kind of a skinny post right here. Kind of a sit down, move the sticks kind. You have an out route by the inside stack receiver. And I believe you have a crosser by the inside receiver to the field, and maybe just kind of a clear out or something like that way up at the top. Blackman does a great job of having a great pocket presence in this particular scenario. The pocket collapses real quick, but he does a great job of buying some time and keeping his eyes up, downfield. And we see him receiving the snap, kind of a play action right there. But you see the breach in the pocket right away. I believe Derrick Kelly Jr. breached right away, so he has to step up real quick right there. So you see that? It's the pocket feel right there. Pocket mechanics is about more than just what goes on with your feet. It's about your brain as well. So good pocket feel right there. He wants to dart out. It's 3rd and 11, but he knows he has to make a play. And the best way to make a play, regardless of what people say, is to get the ball to your targets, especially at FSU where you are loaded with targets still. And you're still one of the most talented teams in the entire country when it comes to skill position players here. But right with a man barreling down on him right there, he has the presence of mind to look, shift his feet, throw off his back leg right there, and get the ball over the top, right through the defenders to DJ Matthews, who looks like he's literally 26 feet in the air, and he catches the ball like he was jumping on a trampoline or something like that. Come on, man. That's some good stuff right there. That play alone right there lets you know what this kid is working with. That all in that one particular play. All right, let's quickly look at it again from his angle. High snap, play action, breach right there. So having that great pocket feel, you would feel that lane opening right there. You want to take that, but he's James Blackman. He's not the best athlete you've ever seen. He's definitely just a pocket passer, in my opinion. He's not going to get 11 yards like you would see with some of these other guys, but he can deliver that ball, you know what I mean? So ball distribution is what is the game that he's in. Man barreling down on him. Look at that. I like it. Peel back, throw off your back foot. Still has enough velocity, and he's tall enough to get the ball over the defender. And then your man Matthews way up there. All right, last one. I know 99% of the audience is gone because most cats out there aren't real football heads. But if you're a real football head, tell me you stayed towards the end or you stayed all the way to the end. Hashtag real football heads in the comment section right there. So, all right, so James Blackman with an anticipatory throw right here. Really good. He was eating the zone alive, but we saw him make throws against man coverage as well. And I'll be doing a lot more stuff on James Blackman. James Blackman is a very talented quarterback. Kind of the way he throws and everything, if you squint, if you get your squint on or something like that, it really does kind of remind me of Jameis Winston. However, he's not as talented as Jameis Winston, but guess what? Who is? Very few people are that played the quarterback position, but he's more than capable of bringing the Mecca back. So let's get FSU back to being the Mecca. But here we go, anticipatory throw. All right, so we see right here a little bit more of a crossover step right there. Plant, I can dig it, plant, hitch. Now look at the throwing motion, right over. I like the torque on this bad boy, and I like the anticipation here on this anticipatory throw with DJ Matthews uncovering right here in the zone. Nice arc. Look at that. A lot of these throws he had to get over people. So that there you go right there. Being 6'5" with an over-the-top throwing motion can get it over a left tackle. Over a defensive tackle. Look at that. Barely got it over him, but that's what you get. That's why people like tall quarterbacks. Look at the spin on that bad boy. The revolutions. Perfect throw right there, man. Perfect throw. But does he fit in a system like a Kendall Browse ran before? I think he does. That's why I did the whole thing with Baylor and the Bryce Petty, and I'll be doing a lot more of that stuff, a lot more breaking down when those guys were working with more pocket passers. If they can replicate a lot of the stuff they did with James Blackman, it is absolutely on. But guess what? That offensive line still has to be up to snuff. So it doesn't matter what the quarterback is doing. If you can't keep him upright, he's going to have a tough time. So we'll be getting on offensive line stuff, more Blackman stuff, spring game film reviews, all the way throughout the season and forever, right? No blooded. But thank you for watching, all the real football heads out there. Hashtag real football heads. It's your boy King Murf, the Underground King. No blooded. Chop Billin is in the building, all right? But I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.